tonight. Ooh. It's okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. The new Child's Play movie is in theaters right now and I cannot wait to see it. We started this look out by covering my eyebrows with a glue stick. Using my RCMA palette and a white cream paint, I mixed up a really pale foundation and put that all over my face. My brows were dry, so I went ahead and powdered those and then went over my eyebrows with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. It's still really full coverage, but it's more liquidy, so it will go over the eyebrows without disturbing the glue. And I'm blending out the foundation with a brush. I build up the foundation under my eyes as if it were a concealer by tapping with my finger. And then I just make sure everything is blended in and I'm looking really flat and plastic-like. I then set everything with the translucent powder with a powder puff. Using a really white highlighter, I believe this is Pearl from Becca Cosmetics, I pretty much put that all over my face. Then I'll go in with a glow spray to make sure that that melts into the face. And then using a contour shade, a really cool toned one, I go in and really round out the cheeks to make them look more doll-like. I do this on the chin as well and the forehead. Then I go in with a smaller fluffy brush and start shading to make my brows appear furrowed. I'm also just shading around my eyes as well to create the shadows there. Using a small liner brush and a darker brown eyeshadow, I go in and really carve in the furrows that I see using my reference photo, and then also the crease of the eye. Once I have the shapes, I go back in with the fluffy brush and blend that out and then shade above the brow. I made sure everything was blended by taking my foundation brush and whatever foundation was left and just tapping over it. And then with that same fluffy brush, I shade my nose to make it look pudgy and doll-like. I try to make the tip look really round. And then I shade around the nostrils as well, and then highlight them. Then I'm also shading these smile lines as well. Taking a really dark brown on that liner brush, I go in and deepen up the furrows as well as the shadow around the good eye. Using the eyeshadow on the liner brush, I go ahead and map out the scars that he has on his face. I use the eyeshadow so that it can be easily wiped away if I make any mistakes and I can get them right first. Once I have those sketched in, I go over them with some of the darker reds from my alcohol activated palette. These paints are activated with 99% alcohol and they are completely waterproof, but they are pretty expensive. So you could use water-based paints or cream paints as well. If you do use the alcohol paints, please be very careful around your eyes. The fumes will burn, so just stay away from your eyeball. Using my black water-activated paint, I go in and deepen up some areas of the scars. Using my black and red water-activated paints mixed together, I go in and add the stitches. I take the same black and red paint around the eye as well. And then he's still pretty cute, so we need to add a little bit of blush to the cheeks. Using the white water-activated paint, I go in and highlight around the scars. I highlight around the edges to make the skin look lifted up, and then any scars that are pretty open, I add in a couple of highlights to the inside of the wound. With the same contour shade that we've been using, I shade around the stitches as well. With a really light brow pencil, I draw in his little eyebrow. I just painted his little shirt and overalls on. I based out the overalls in a light blue. I painted the collar red. Now I'm going to roughly paint in the stripes. Using red, pink, blue, light blue, and green, I just rough in where the stripes are on his shirt. This is going to look very rough at first, but once we start to add in the details, it'll start to come together. Once I have the stripes roughed in, I go ahead and clean up the collar, any stripes where the skin's still showing, and the overalls. Sadly, I wasn't paying attention to the camera, but I just painted the buttons red. And then with blue mixed with black, I create shadows on the overalls. Right where the straps connect to the front flap, there will be a shadow. I also shaded the top where it curves over the shoulders. I also shade in the collar and add little ridges with the black. Using white on a liner brush, I add in the little stitches all around the edges of the overalls. I also use this to create the white stripes within each colored stripe. Now I'm using the white to highlight some of the ridges that we made in the collar. With that contour shade that we used earlier, I shade around the collar where it meets the skin. And then using a peachy colored lipstick, I color in my lips. And I thought that was a bit dark, so I did go over that with the foundation. The lipstick covered the stitches, so I draw those back in. And then taking an orange water-activated paint, I tried to paint my hair orange. A hairspray or a wig would do better. Then you just add eyeliner to the bad eye, and that is the completed look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, hit that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I love you guys so much. I hope you've had an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Then, sexy. Around, carry on, carry on.